Welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I am your host, the Goldsmith. Tonight is the 21st of August, 2024, and we have a redux of yesterday a little bit for the reminder on Arts-et-Metiers. The neighborhood opening tomorrow for the custom-linked UGC design structures within this. And again, Upland calls it an exclusive neighborhood, saying you can only build these structures in here. Keep in mind, Upland shouldn't be calling things exclusive neighborhoods unless it's an exclusive neighborhood. But we'll take another look at Arts-et-Metiers, where we are in Paris, and look at a couple other things along with it, getting ready for tomorrow's opening with a key note that it is a very limited number of properties. We'll get into that, talk some more details. A couple of things on countdown. Obviously, countdown to the airdrop with a snapshot for one airdrop on the 30th, and countdown to our end of the week here payout for our airdrop chapter 2, which I don't think we've seen numbers yet. We know where we are, what tier we ended up with, 5 or 6 or 4 or 3 or 2, wherever you ended up. We don't know what that payout is going to be. We'll see that in 2 days here on the 23rd. But other than that, no big announcements on the Upland front today. What I did expect to see, I didn't see, and I love to see is that we keep seeing these Wednesday streams. I didn't see that announcement today that said, "Hey, remember, hey guys, remember, get there for the Wednesday stream." Love to see those keep going. Again, that's another thing that I think was one of the great things that Upland had going for a while. Love to see more of these pop back in reminders that let's keep these going on Wednesdays if Upland can. But we'll kick in the announcement again. The biggest part of that is Arts-et-Metiers, and we'll look at the preparation for release tomorrow. Up front, all views and opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They represent the game of the team of Upland. Any views or opinions expressed by any contributors or guests, they have their own opinions, they have their own views. Shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They represent the game of the Upland, the team of Upland, myself, the Goldsmith, or the Cafe Nightly Show. Easy enough. So with Arts-et-Metiers, we can actually jump in, take a look at it in the game of Upland. Some interesting things there. Having a conversation with Barco a little bit about it beforehand, and that is that it's not some crazy new place, even though it is. It's not some crazy new place in the map. It is a hole. It is a hole in the map that was there when we went and minted the city of Paris, or the portion of the city of Paris that we have currently minted. So we've kind of seen it. A lot of people have seen it. It was I wish I could mint there. Can I mint there? Am I going to be mint there when we're getting ready to mint in the city of Paris? And it makes it some decent properties. It makes it a good area. So if we look kind of right here in the heart of things, kind of in this area of arts and museums and culture in the city of Paris, is Arts-et-Metiers. We see that there are some things that I think are really close and really should be considered close to landmarks, and some of them are and some of them aren't. But here's the thing: there's one owner in there. 1, 2, 3. Here's a fourth one. And there's a fifth one. There's one owner of properties already in Arts-et-Metiers. And if we click here, we see who that owner is. It is the one and only Death Ender. That is the one and only D-Tech. And yeah, that was his prize. That was part of the prize for winning the design contest, the 2024 Genesis design contest, was 5 properties in the city. In the city, he will be getting or the city, the neighborhood that he will be able to build his structures in. You can see he's got a structure started already over here. But that was the gift. That was a prize. That was a reward. And he already has those 5 properties, as we can see. Those 5 properties obviously representing the first 5 properties in the Arts-et-Metiers. This has opened up a kind of interesting thing. It makes those as send points. It makes those as opportunities for people to use those as drifts, so they can start out in Arts-et-Metiers with a pretty good rate of success to be in Arts-et-Metiers, or to have a drift line in Arts-et-Metiers when things start off tomorrow at 9 a.m. PT. it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a shortcut to be in the city. I do want to have a couple reminders. We'll actually look at the announcement from yesterday because it does give us a couple of the details here to keep in mind, including the fact that we are going to be able to start the structures, one of 5 designs that were built by DTech as part of that contest. And again, they got rewarded the properties for, and that ultimately kind of tests out this concept of more and more structures designed by players. We know that blueprints are coming at some point in the not so distant future. So it was another opportunity for the titration of player design structures, going through the approvals process, coming into the game of Upland. And as iterations go in the game of Upland, it being done once in a contest, allowing it to be done again, that is a piece of history in Upland that is often repeated. Let's take a look right here. Again, reminder on what's actually going down tomorrow in Arts-et-Metiers. Tomorrow, the 22nd of August, 9 a.m. PT, Arts-et-Metiers, Paris. 8,950 UPEX is the low price. High price, 164,680 UPEX is going to be the most expensive property available for Bent in the neighborhood, Arts-et-Metiers. Again, total of about 600 plus or minus properties are going to be available. That means that they are probably going to go relatively fast. 5 properties in the neighborhood are already minted. We can send to those properties and send drift lines to be able to be ready for the minting at 9 a.m. PT. And let's do this. Let's do a little time in the sun for Death Thunder, because that's what this neighborhood really is about. Again, it's a good part of Paris, but it's about celebrating the UGC contributions of Uplanders, and in this case, somebody who won a contest to make the neighborhood special by having a set of structures that have a unified theme. And I like the idea of the unified theme, where we, just like we did in Bermuda, we have a number of structures that kind of have this same cohesive design that carries through each of them, even though they're different structures. Death Thunder DTech Upland's 2024 Creator of the Year is a lead inspiration within the Upland community with over 3,000 UGC items to their name. DTech's commitment highlights the endless creative possibilities Upland offers. Their work on Arts-et-Metiers showcases both their talent and the vast opportunities available to creators on the platform. Don't miss out on your chance to be part of this groundbreaking moment in Upland's evolution. Whether you're looking to pick up a prime piece of virtual real estate or simply want to experience the uniqueness of the community designed neighborhood, Arts-et-Metiers, it's the place to be. So this is again, this is something where we can look at that as how it fits into Paris and how it is, kind of the center of it all, or center of a good portion of the cultural pieces in the city of Paris. But really in Upland, it has a special meaning as well. So it's going to be a quick rush for properties tomorrow. If we do look in Arts-et-Metiers right now, I am zooming in. We can see that not all the property lines for all the properties in the city have been drawn. We will see more drop in tomorrow. Again, if we look on the borders or the boundaries here, we can see that just by the number of streets contained, just by the space contained, it's not a huge neighborhood. It's not too much larger than an average neighborhood in the city of Paris. 600 properties. Again, there's a lot of small neighborhoods in Paris that we've already had released, so it's not sitting out too much different there. But if we do look at some of the tags in the area, obviously this does tie into a number of a museum area in the city, of museum and arts galleries and portion of the city that again does highlight a lot of creation and talent. And really, I think that was Upland's point all along, is to say, haha, let's take a talent portion of the city meant to highlight people's visual and other forms of art, and let's make that the center of this UGC celebration of UGC creation of structure. So that's exactly what we're getting here, with a reminder that this is going to be something that is going to be the only place where we get to build these structures. The only place that the structures that were created, I wish Up did a better job of giving us a piece by piece and telling us and reminding us what each of these structures were. We'll watch that video. These are the structures that are going to be able to make in Arts and Metier and only in Arts and Metier. A full townhouse. There's the micro. Boys aloud. There's an apartment building. There you go. That's not as bad. I turn that down. Ooh, it was blasting. We do have a manufacturing or a factory. Oof. And of course, the point here is to have that cohesive design. And obviously, we do see that this overarching, built with glass, with tons of glass, obviously with some steel and glass construction in these buildings, and it is something that it is fun to see that cohesive tie, just like we saw in Bermuda, where we have that emphasis on it looking like its own neighborhood as opposed to having something that every other city has within it or every other neighborhood has within it. Looking forward to the end of the week here. Quick reminders. We've already looked at, but we're gonna get a reminder on it anyways because now's the time to put the work in. People are saying, "Oh, what are the things that I haven't done that I can do in the next 10 days to be ready for that snapshot?" We do have a snapshot on the 30th. That's this coming, or not this coming, next Friday, Friday, August 30th. Your minimum spark is going to be determined by what you did for this airdrop, this upcoming airdrop, as reward for all that awarded spark that you received for the TGE. That's where you start. And then they going to verify that against how much sparklet you still have. Okay. Did you bridge a bunch of sparklet out, or did you keep it in the game? You kept it in the game? Well, that's your full amount of your base. That's where you're going to start with with Upland, determining how much you're going to get based on how much you've kept in the game and how much you had earned prior to the TGE. And then you got a multiplier. And this multiplier is determined by the number of missions that you have completed. We talked about the gamified earnings and how that plays and makes a bigger deal than it has in any other season. That creates this idea that we can get more sparklet by having completed more of the missions. So reminder here, if you haven't yet done so, there are a number of missions to go back and take a look at for this season. If you haven't finished things off yet, there are still opportunities to get more of the missions done along the way. Like I said, the day of the 10th, I know people have already said, "Hey, racing's one of the things I haven't done yet, and I need to do." You just need to get together with other uplanders to go into those races. There's a couple ways to do those communal races. One of them is I have somebody who had Lucky, who's been asking, "Hey, can we find some people to get into races together?" Absolutely. If you want to get into a race in a certain place, put it in the Upland Cafe, jump in, get the race started. Again, there we'll take a look at the reminders and to do the reminders for what these are, what the tasks or the gamified earnings commissions to complete are. The number of missions completed does determine a multiplier here, with the key note that there are some cut points where you do one more mission and your multiplier is significantly increased. If we get up into the range of 8, 9, or 10 completed by the 30th, we are looking at going from, let's say we're going from 5 to 10. We are nearly doubling, I should say, nearly doubling the reward we can get there. And that, again, we're talking about doubling the amount of sparklet we're going to get along the way. Complete one task, you're still at 1 times, but if you do complete 5, again, 4 more tasks, you're going to multiply it another 50% on top of what you would have normally gotten out of the regular airdrop. It is important and it is helpful to complete these tasks along the way. Again, maximum result if you get all 15 done by the 30th, which you barely have room to do. One of the tasks was to have a structure up for 25 days. So that's 25 days of login. Those are 2 things that you'd have to have 25 days to do. So you could just barely do by the 30th. there is a total of 5.1 times multiplier. So this is huge, huge opportunity. Again, and it does make doing these tasks, even though some of these tasks cost a little bit of OpEx, some of these tasks take a little bit of time. It makes these tasks that much more lucrative. It's making them and adding more value to them. Good morning, Scory. Good to see you. So let's take a look and remind ourselves what we're talking about, what those tasks are, how do we participate and get our score up or have more gamified earnings along that line to uh, get more of a multiplier along the way. Here we go. Sizzle season, official sizzle season. The first, the sparklet drops, the missions. I think this is it. Maybe gamified earnings. Yes. Here we are. Let's go. Daily dedication. These are the 15 activities, the 15 tasks to complete this season. Keep in mind, the more you complete, the better you're doing. You complete at least one, you get to the second one, you get a little bit of a multiplier boost here. The daily dedication, log in 25 days or more. Check mark, you should be there if you are a daily player. A streak seeker, you get 7 days login straight. Should be there if you are somebody who has collected your weekend bonus of Sparkle this month. Property Pioneer, mint 3 properties during the season. Check. Paris. Ornament Enthusiast, apply any sizzle season ornament for at least 2 weeks. Again, this is something that you had to do earlier this month if you want to get it by the 30th. It's easy to get it. Or I'm in a situation where I usually take a little while to get them put up. But again, if you put it on early, you're going to get this along the way. Master Builder, complete the construction of 5 structures. I'm going to do this by the end of the season. But to get this done by the 30th, the expedite is going to be going and using one of the Spark exchanges to get some help to complete some of these structures. Item Alchemist, burn or exchange 3 items. That's not been something I've done a lot of this one. I did burn one because I did burn my pass. That happened during the season. But there are other opportunities to burn things, to do things. So that might be something to watch my eyes out on. Again, I don't like to burn things in the game of Upland, but that is something that is going to get one of my check marks along the way. Referral champion, earn a referral bonus by referring others. This is one I always think is the hardest. I've worked with people before. To get a referral, not only do you have to have them come into the game of Upland using your code, they do have to level up. So a lot of people can get there if they really buy in and really give it a little bit of a try. Spend the $5 to get 5,000 UPX and push their value to 10,000 UPX and level up that way. If people are willing to do that, either for you or for the experience or to learn, then that is your check mark along the way. No fake accounts, please and thank you. No reason to get thrown in Alcatraz. And it makes me nervous when people bring their friend in just for that referral bonus and they're not trying to get their friend to stay. So it would be great to bring new players in. I think this is a great opportunity to do so. It's historically been a hard thing for me to get those referrals because it just feels weird to come on, please, don't just get there, just do it for me. No, I want you to do it for you. MetaVenture shopper, buy at least 3 items from a MetaVenture. I can do that. Airdrop connector, connect your Upland account to Chapter 2 airdrop. Check. Visitor Explorer, visit 5 different visitor properties, paid send. This can be tricky. It makes it easier to find visitors if you go to visitors, which there is in Discord, in Upland's Discord. There is a channel for visitors, so visitors can say, hey, I've got a new property, check it out. You do have to go and check in the visits channel where visitors tend to hang out that they are actually visitors before sending their property. If you want to get this check mark for visitor, or the visitor of visitors. The city traveler, obviously travel via car once between 2 different cities. We know you have to fly to your car if you haven't left your car in another city and then travel between 2 cities. But that's an easy check mark as well. We know that traveling between cities right now is not too difficult, but with your car, doesn't cost fuel. You're not getting damage on your car for the travel. Sparklet Importer brings Sparklet any amount into Upland. That's a check mark. That's all you gotta do is bring the Sparklet in. You're gonna get the check mark along the way. Track Hero participate in 2 staked races. There you go. That's for playing Track Hero stake 2 staked races. Race enthusiasts participate in 3 public multiplayer races. Again, you have to have yeah, you have to have at least 3 players in these to count. Car or cars and badge collector receive a badge to your profile. And if you did go ahead and purchase the Sizzle Season Pass, that counts. That would be count as a new badge this season. Other badges are trickier, but that's one badge that should be pretty easy. Is you get a badge for buying the Sizzle Season ornament, so Sizzle Season cosmetics, and if you do it, you get that little bonus along the way, in addition to everything that is the cosmetics, all the drops throughout. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. This is me personally, and I'll see if I have an argument that maybe I did any of these and I just haven't caught up yet, because it did take a little while. Some of these do lag behind as far as the reporting. 7-day login, yes, done. Mint 3 properties, yes, done. Car travel between cities, I haven't done. It's easy. I should do it. I should do it before the 30th for sure. 3 public races, absolutely same thing. I should do it. I should do it for sure. Complete 5 structures. That's going to be a little trickier. I can figure that out. Burn 3 items. I'm not at. I've burnt 1 for sure, but 2 more. Let's find out if I feel up to it. Earn a referral bonus. I'm not sure I'm going to get this season, but we'll figure that out. Buy 3 items from Meta Ventures. I haven't done, but I actually have a couple of things to go pick up. So do a little travel, get that done. Let's see. Get back to visit 5 visitor properties. Again, if we go to the visits channel in Upland's Discord, we can find people who are looking for visitors for visits. Check those requests out. Majority of those should be visitors. Bridge Sparklet into the game of Upland. I haven't done because BitGet wasn't an option for me, and I didn't get in and purchase any elsewhere yet. But that's something I can definitely and should definitely get figured out here in the very near future. Receive a badge. Yes, I have. The airdrop link. Yes, I did. Sizzle ornament. I have, and it's just not up yet. So I'm still at 4. Oh my God. I'm still at 4. Obviously, I'm natively going to get to 5 by the end of this season, but it's not about the end of the season. It's about the 30th. As many as I can complete by the 30th. That's going to determine my multiplier effect to this airdrop. This airdrop, which is based on the sparklet that I had prior to the TGE, multiplied by my activity in these activities. So yes, I've got a lot of work to do. Theoretically, let's take a look at what I can do and what you could do in the next several days without going back in a time machine, without necessarily doing things that you may not have an easy time or epics to do. Let's see what we can do pretty easily here along the way. Boom. Car travel between cities. If you don't have a car, definitely understand that's not something easy for you to do. If you own a car, travel to your car, get in a car, travel between 2 cities. Done. That's 1 check mark. That could be a multiplier of 0.2, 0.3 times more than what you have if you don't do it. So do it. We've got the public races. That's an easy one to do for car races. If you have a car, if you don't, you don't. We know that we have the complete structure is probably not going to be easy. If you're not there, the burn 3 items you can do if you want to, but it makes me nervous to burn stuff. Earn a referral bonus. You gotta have the right people in your life to get them referred. Buy 3 items. Cost epics, but you can do it. Visit 5 visitor properties. Absolutely. Bridge and Sparklet. Absolutely pretty easy to do if you buy the Sparklet outside the game of Upland. Track Hero. Again, that's another one. That's super easy. You just got to go and do it. Find some people, do a race, and Track Hero. It is staked, so it does cost some epics. But you can win some back if you're successful. But that is an opportunity there for you. Receive a badge. Like I said, I've done that already. You can do that too. I guess it costs $7. You buy the Sizzle Season, you burn it. Again, you're not going to get all the cosmetics for the season, but you would get that badge drop. And again, there were other ways to earn badges, but not a lot this season so far. So this would kind of be the easiest way to get that badge if that's what you're looking to do. Airdrop, it's too late to link your airdrop because that airdrop ultimately isn't open right now. Uh, but again, you could get 5, 6, 7 here just by doing a few things without spending too much UPX. There's 2 race opportunities, check, that are cumulatively aren't going to cost you a lot if you already have a car. Travel between 2 cities, that's not going to cost you almost. It's going to cost you almost nothing short of the cost of travel back to your car, then using your car between 2 cities. And again, if these things like travel to or visit to 5 properties of people who are visitors, you just have to figure out who the visitors are and then go to their properties. Another way to get to those visitor properties, if you're so inclined, if you're in Paris for Arts-et-Metiers, we have the opportunity to go to Saint Denis, which is just north of Paris. 2 UPX, it's expensive. 2 UPX train ride into Saint Denis, and you could kind of guess and check on those. FSA properties. There's a ton of FSA properties. That's what the city's all about. See who's a visitor, send to those properties. Again, guess and check. You've got to just double check before you do it. But that is one way to get that done along the way. If you don't feel inclined or you don't have access to Discord, to go to a Discord channel where people are requesting visits and you can verify that they're visitors prior to going to the properties that they own and they're asking for visits or. And the only cost there, or the only concern there, is you got to be in the right city and you got to send to those properties. And what I will put out here is there's more opportunities. There are more opportunities to participate. This is something that we are going to be doing, and we're going to continue to do it for 5 more airdrop periods, or 5 more snapshots with these airdrops, in addition to the 30th. Again, get as much as you can the 30th, get as much as you can every other of these drops, but we do have 5 more drops. So August 30th is the first snapshot. The second snapshot is September the 15th, which is the end of the season anyways. And then we have the same pattern. The October 30th, that is for haunted season. It's the same thing. That's 2/3 of the way through haunted season. And then November 15th, that's the end of the season. We are going to have a season here for December 30th. Again, 2/3 of the way through. And then January 15th is the end of the season. So that is something that is interesting to see, that we have an opportunity to not only earn the sparklet. Some of it is just, again, so part of this reward is for what you've already done. And again, to give it to the people who are continually active in the game upwind, or give more of the share to people who are continually active in the game upwind, they add this multiplier for gamified earnings. It is one of those things that, again, upwind is kind of putting the bulk of this payout in the right place. And where the right place is, if you ask me, and I think a lot of people can agree, the way this OPEX Sparklet can best be distributed is the lion's share of it to the people who are most active, the people who are putting the most activity into upwind, continue to support and grow upwind with activity between players. Because if we look at the activities, a lot of them are peer-to-peer, player-to-player activities, things where one upwinder is supporting another, either by traveling to their property or purchasing from a meta venture, or ultimately, just doing something that requires commerce between 2 parties, which would include these staked races along the way. So it is really cool to see that that's where this UPX or Sparklet, wow, I keep saying UPX, that's where this Sparklet is going, primarily going to the people who are putting the more activity in. Good to see you, 6 Wicks. I'm glad you can make it. This is continuing to be going on until the end of the year here, with that kind of capping things out with the introduction of Sparklet, with this dilution. We kind of talked about this dilution of the Sparklet that people had earned prior, giving the people who continue to be active, continue to be part of the game, it's an incentive to stay up to date and continue with these gamified tasks along the way until we get to the end of the year, and stick around forever, hopefully. But it is an incentive to stick around and get rewarded for doing so, and that's what we'll keep our eyes on. A reminder that this coming Friday, if you've been wondering, if you've been waiting, you're on the same boat as me, and that is for Chapter 2 of the airdrop that we've already done that's been completed for a week and a half. The Chapter 2 airdrop, we'll be getting the actual reward on the 23rd. That is this coming Friday. That is an announcement up and put out early this week. So kind of like rest assured, don't scream, don't cry, you don't go to bed hungry. It's coming. It's coming. So live your life normally. Airdrop Chapter 2 rewards are set to drop on Friday, August the 23rd. That means players who have until then, if they haven't yet, to link their Upland account to the airdrop to qualify to get that airdrop to actually come in. Again, you have to have it linked in time when that airdrop happens, when that sparklet boop pops into your Upland. So and I say this like everybody is a pro in the game of whoever has experience in the game of Upland. You could have earned sparklet this airdrop in Chapter 2 and not have established your Upland account. You do have to get an Upland account started. You do have to have it verified and all things good and kosher and happy. And then you have to link your Upland account with the sparklet airdrop account site. And once that's done, snap your fingers, magic. When we do have this airdrop on Friday, we're going to get that sparklet into your account. But you do have to have that Upland account established, set, the parameters done, and then to have that account linked back to your airdrop platform, the Upland airdrop.upland.me. Yeah, I think so. That airdrop platform. So keep that in mind if you haven't done so yet. For tonight, I'm going to leave it at that. Arts-et-Metiers tomorrow, 9 a.m. PT. If you want to be there, be there. Just like a regular city release, we do have to travel into the city of Paris and be there. As I mentioned, we do have 5 send points, 5 anchor points. It looks like friend D-Tech will be getting some sends tomorrow. 5 points where you can send to these properties and set that drift to be ready for 9 a.m. PT tomorrow if you want to participate in the Arts-et-Metiers release and pick up some of these properties. Other than that, be ready for Friday. And again, do please make sure if you haven't set up and linked your Upland account with your airdrop platform, with the Upland airdrop platform, that you do so before Friday so you can actually get those rewards and share the rewards with the rest of us. But for tonight, thank you so much for being here. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT in the Upland Cafe, in Discord, obviously YouTube, obviously on Twitter. And of course, if you're in the Upland Cafe, as I always say, because this is where we always started, because this is where I like the conversation to be. If you're in the Upland Discord Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours. And I think so we'll have some races here, or people, if they want to coordinate them using the Upland chat, feel free to do so that we can get some races done that people want to get them checked off the list. Thank you so much. And again, see you again tomorrow.